According to the U.S. Centers for Disease Control, participation in organized youth sports is on the rise. Nearly 30 million children and adolescents participate in youth sports in the United States. This increase in play has led to some other startling statistics about injuries among America's young athletes. High school athletes alone account for an estimated 2 million injuries, 500,000 doctor visits, and 30,000 hospitalizations. Many children today start specializing in one sport, some as early as 5 or 6 years old, playing year-round, joining competitive club or travel teams, and participating in special programs, believing they'll put themselves on the fast track to college scholarships or maybe even a pro sports career. But for too many of these youth, that fast track leads straight to injuries, sometimes serious ones, on playing fields and courts, such as these. Artie Akiwa, a senior at Crown Point High School, is one of the many student athletes in America who have suffered multiple sports injuries during their youth sports careers.
I've had numerous bruises or sprains and that kind of thing, but really the most memorable injuries would probably be my Achilles heel when I was younger, and that caused me to wear heel cups and stuff, and probably like my shoulder and concussions, and then my hip. The doctors realized that I had a bone growth on my femur, and it was causing some problems in my hip. Ended up tearing my labrum and chipping some of the bone in my socket, so that required some surgery that had to shave the bone growth down and repair some of the cartilage, and I had to sit out.
Dr. Greg McComas is an orthopedic surgeon from Munster, Indiana, who treats numerous student athletes each year. His opinion of youth sports is one that's shared by many doctors throughout the U.S.
Youth sports is way out of line. I think that kids should be able to play, sports because they're fun, not because they're going to get to the next level, either be in high school sports, college sports, or the professional. Everybody thinks that their son or daughter are going to be able to get a scholarship and go to college. There's a number of parents that think their children are going to be good enough that they're going to play in the professional leagues, which is incredibly rare. So I think there's just such a huge competition now to make their kids as best that they can be, and unfortunately I think they're harming them.
Like any other kid, I was, by 4 years old, playing soccer. That was pretty much the normal thing to do. And then after that, I got old enough to be able to play baseball, and from then on, I kept taking sports to the next level, and soon enough, by my 7th birthday, I was tackling kids on the soccer field, so I had to transfer sports to football.
Akiwa's parents, Art Sr. and Annie, met and were both gifted athletes at the same school their son now attends. Art Sr. played basketball, baseball, and football, where he led a local dynasty on the gridiron. Annie was a basketball standout who won 2 state basketball championships.
Well, I think like any family, you know what you grew up with, so sports were always important and part of our lives, so that was what we introduced our kids to.
Artie showed interest at a very young age, elementary school, early elementary school, just about every athletic sport you could think of he was showing interest in.
John Doherty is a certified athletic trainer who runs the concussion clinic at Community Hospital in Munster.
What I tell parents is, look in the mirror. If you see a Division I athlete, and you played at the Division I level yourself, then there's a chance your child has a good chance of being a Division I athlete. If you don't see a Division I athlete in the mirror, you never played at that level, chances are your child's not going to play at that level.
Physical activity is necessary for normal growth in children. However, when the activity level becomes too intense or too excessive in a short time period, tissue breakdown and injury can occur. These overuse injuries were frequently seen in adult recreational athletes, but are now being seen in children.
I would say with Artie, it's a lot of bad luck. Plus the way Artie plays, Artie actually, he gives it 100% through practice, through games, and he's played a lot of reps, and he's had some unfortunate injuries, and he's a pretty stubborn kid and doesn't always want to come out, and he's a good leader, but it's I would say more bad luck than anything else.
And then there's the issue of specialization. Young athletes today with dreams of college scholarship or a professional career stay in one sport year-round, thinking it will help them towards their college or professional goal, when in fact what it does, it causes far more injuries when you just stay on one sport. If you change sports every 3 to 4 months, play 3 sports in the course of a year, different body parts get different times where they can rest and kind of regenerate. So today with basketball players 12 months a year, soccer players 12 months a year, baseball pitchers 11 months a year, those body parts get overused, and then you have overuse injuries that end up ruining careers. And professional athletes that could have been but now never are.
Next year, I plan to play football at Wabash College. Hopefully, I may even get to run some track there as well. But right now, my main focus is school and football at Wabash.
Doctors and psychologists are now wondering how this current generation will look at youth sports once they age into adulthood and start to feel the aches and pains of their former playing days. Will they continue to promote the specialization of today's youth athletes?
I see my parents sometimes, and they complain about their knees. And my dad had back surgery, so he has arthritis in his back, and his knees are very bad. And I see that in my parents, and I'm a little concerned in myself. Like, how is that going to affect me when I'm older? Am I going to have hip pain? Am I going to have shoulder problems? So I'm a little worried as far as that goes, but that's just the name of the game, really.
In the future, would you let your son play football?
There you go, baby. There you go.